Good afternoon. My name is Mирослав Бойко. I represent Nетішин Academic Lyceum. A lot of people consider that humor is a significant part of humans' life because they are faced with ridiculous situations every day. Man is the only creature endowed with a sense of humor. That's why I'd like to start my presentation with the words of the famous English comic actor Charlie Chaplin. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Humor and its comprehension is considered as the key to the cognition of ethnical world vision. Therefore, the analysis of humor, in particular linguistic humor, is in need of investigation. Thus, the main purpose of our research is to identify linguistic and stylistic features of English humor and jokes. We have set concrete objectives to obtain the goal of our research: to study the theoretical background of humor, to reveal the peculiarities of a national mentality in English humor, to provide the classification of English jokes, to make the cultural analysis of English jokes, and finally to identify the main linguistic and stylistic features of English jokes. In order to achieve the main goal of the research, we have used the methods of studying and analysis of theoretical literature, data acquisition, observation, description, comparison, and explanation. In the process of research, we try to consider and reveal ethnic-cultural peculiarities. In creating the comic, we prove that every country has its own unique type of humor. National humor is an immediate part of the history of people, its magic power, spiritual basis, and cultural heritage. Social and economic structure, mode of life, relations with other countries and nations, religion and politics are reflected in the national humor. In this case, may occur some kind of misunderstanding of one culture by a representative of another. Usually differences are found in such spheres as politics, history, mode of life, etiquette. Even being aware of cultural peculiarities of some nation, it's not always possible to understand and appreciate some joke. National humor mostly remains misunderstood. We focus on the peculiarities of a national mentality in English humor and provide the classification and the cultural analysis of English jokes. English jokes have their own distinctive national cultural features, also connected with world outlook, perceptions of the world, psychology, and culture of the English nation. Englishmen laugh at everything possible to cause a smile. A sense of humor is considered to be the most important virtue of the English character. And I'd like to emphasize that irony and wit are the main ingredients of English humor. You can see it in the following example in college humor. A son at college wrote to his father, "No mon, no fun, your son." The father answered, "How sad, too bad, you're dead." A strong theme of sarcasm and self-deprecation, often with deadpan delivery, runs throughout British humor. "Father, my son, I punish you because I love you." "Son, I know that, but I shouldn't get so much love." British humor was shaped by a relative stability of British society and carries a strong element of satire aimed at the absurdity of everyday life, as you can see in the following joke. "Why are you going to marry that police captain?" "It's against the law. You know, there is an officer." Englishmen adore jokes about politicians and their sayings. The examples cited on the screen indicate the fact that English humor has no limits. "The other party has been robbing you for 10 years. Now give us a chance," says the slogan of a political party. The separate theme of English jokes is weather. They make fun of their almost eternal smoke and frequent autumnal mist, rather tenderly and inoffensively. Englishmen are fond of their customs and traditionals. They have certain habits and a predictable lifestyle. And this slide demonstrates a typical English gentleman with his reserved character and sarcastic undertone. English jokes are characterized with frequent usage of pen or casuistry, because the lexical wealth of English language contains a great amount of homonyms, and the given example on the slide shows us different meaning of the word general. I'd like to speak to the general. I'm sorry, but the general is sick today. What made him sick? Oh, things in general. Englishmen also like to laugh at sacral and inviolable things, including government, members of the royal family, and even God. And in the following joke, with the help of the hyperbola, the Englishmen have tried to express their attitude towards the politics of their ex-prime minister. It's an evident hyperbola, because Margaret Thatcher is dangerous for devil even in the hell. It should be mentioned that the comical effect is also reached with the help of proper names, epithets, metaphors, and other expressive means of language. The usage of the proper names is demonstrated in the first option, and the usage of epithets in the joke is in the second option on the slide. I want the girl who is good, clever, and beautiful. Say you don't want. You want 3. English grammar has also become the object of jokes. What is the future form of the verb to marry? The teacher asked. Divorce, replied a student. On the ground of given facts, we have come to the following conclusions. Humor is a phenomenon which is influenced by culture and the historical development of the country. English jokes are told about everything and almost no subject is taboo. English jokes are characterized with frequent usage of homonyms, metaphors, hyperbolas, and other expressive means of language. It should be mentioned that comical effect is also reached with the help of phonetics, grammar, and spelling. Thus, I believe that my goals have been fully achieved. We think this work requires further consideration, because humor is a complex and dynamic mode of communication and serves a number of important social functions. And let me close by quoting Bill Kelly, an American screenwriter, who said, after God created the world, he made man and woman. Then, to keep the whole thing from collapsing, he invented humor. Thank you for your attention.